All right. Let's do a quick audio check. Audio check.
Audio check.
All right. There's your voice. There's my voice. So we should have voice on this podcast. If so, everybody, thank you for
We
coming.
do.
Thank you for coming for today. I do appreciate it. Of course, this is the BearThoughts podcast as we talk about random stuff that goes on in our life. And as always, my co-host Corvo. How you doing this evening, sir?
Oh,
Hope everybody's having a good time this week and having a fair good memories. Memorial Day passed and I didn't do
Dude.
nothing, and we were gonna be taking another trip to IKEA this Monday, but my wife's foot's hurting her, so we gotta get her to a doctor. Yay! Apparently she hurt her foot a while back, and it's still hurting her for it's been a while now. So it's like, okay, well, it might be a stress factor. Go get her a boot. Looking forward to that. So much fun.
Yeah. Boots are great.
It'd be greater if she just took care of it a long time ago, like I told her to. But she didn't. She's like a man when it comes to go to a doctor. She is. She's like, I'm not going to a doctor. I'm kicking and screaming.
Oh man.
All right. Well,
Well,
my week's been very uneventful.
mine has been very eventful. I seen some of the funniest crap I've ever seen in my life last night.
Okay. Well, we could jump in those conversations. I know you haven't joined it, but I'm a part of it. The Gitchin Impact is doing that little event. I'm sure you're well of it, Corvo.
Yep.
Me and Stealthy are both a part of it. But they pretty much said, for those who do not know what this is, let me give you an idea. Gitchin Impact is doing an event right now where if you communicate with the community and communicate with other streamers and so on, and during this event, you can show proof that you streamed the game for 15 hours and got over 100 new followers. They'll give you so many awards at a certain thresholds. Well, everybody on there were trying. Well, okay, a lot of people were just starting up streaming now because of this event. How do you feel about people doing something like this event and starting up something that they have no intentions of ever continuously doing or taking any pride in and just doing it?
I feel like it's a misuse of the media of being able to use it.
Because
Honestly,
there's so many people on there that are. What's the way of saying this without being rude? Are we lagging?
it looks like it. Yeah.
Okay, weird. Hopefully I don't do that again. So what was I just saying? Okay. Oh yeah. What was your thoughts on people misusing this or people using this as media only to get the reward? And you said it was a misuse of the media.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a lot of people on there. I don't fault them, right? There's some people that have been successful without needing any of these things at all. I get it, right? I just get it. No camera,
Right.
no mic, and they're just playing the video game. Which I see people again, even some people doing better than me, have no mic, have no camera. I'm not faulting them for that. But when I see a quality of the stream so poor that I can't even watch but 5 seconds of it, or the quality of the stream being so poor that I feel like I'm watching a 16-bit video game.
Yeah.
I have a limits. I have my limits. Me, I much prefer if somebody has a camera or a microphone. Of one thing, because you're supposed to entertain me, in my opinion. Why am I to watch you play a game that I can play myself with you not giving any entertainment values other than the video games itself?
Right. And I get that. Like I said, I think a lot of the ones that were doing it with no camera and no mic, they were actually just trying to get the 15 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for the reward at the end. They have no intention to continue doing this. It's just, hey, can I get the reward?
And that's just sad. Of course, I see also some people in the community on the Discord literally say, well, I normally don't play Gitchin Impact. My get is Left 4 Dead or something else of that, similar
Right.
thing. I'm like, wait. You have no intention of ever being a Genshin Impact streamer. You don't normally don't play it, but you want the prisms. What this is supposed to bring Genshin Impact people, in my opinion, together and make them network and get to know each other people. And
it makes you feel like they're just trying to take away from the people that do really want it.
yeah, and then like and let other people know that hey, even if you stop streaming, there's a lot of good streamers out there that play this game. Go check them out. And that's how I feel. I'm like, why are you playing the game? And of course, they got rid of a function that's against TOS. If anybody does not know what TOS stands for, Terms of Service, on Twitch, where you cannot do a follow for follow. And they got this Genshin on the Discord just straight went, yeah, we're getting rid of promotion channel because so many people were doing follow for follow against our rules and Twitch's rules. So now it's hurting me to broadcast myself because I can no longer broadcast myself on the Discord, showing, hey, now I'm live, or hey, let's go network, partner, play the game together. So now nobody can post on there at all any of their Twitch content.
Right.
And I feel like that's a little, it's warranted. It's the only way to stop it, right? It's the only way, other than just kicking those people out, going anytime you see F2F or follow for follow or anything like that, you immediately boot their butts out. Immediately. And just have a mod go and boots and boots and boots. It may take them like 2 hours to boot, maybe 3 hours of the day to really like get a good proportion of them out.
Right.
But they didn't want to do that. They just straight up just removed the section where people could promote themselves to other streamers or other people that may be in this event as well. Stealthy said there wouldn't be no way to really, stop it, and I had to agree with her. There's no real way to stopping it. I know, and that's what I'm saying. Okay, sorry about that. We are back. This is so weird. Like I said last week, it did this where my OBS was just shutting down. I had to reset my computer, restart it back up, and it didn't act up at all. I don't get it. And it's only on like, well, of course, it's been a week. I have to reset my computer again. Oh my god, that's so annoying.
Here's the only thing I can think of is different. When you were streaming last week, you were going through what, Twitch after podcast?
Well, yeah, Twitch, and then I always stream my some of it to my YouTube channel, so my VODs are up there.
Right, but you did the live stream on Twitch, correct?
Yeah.
But we're doing our live stream now to YouTube. So I'm wondering if maybe it's some issue on YouTube side occasionally.
I would bring up my Streamlabs, but I got nothing on my Streamlabs in order to do this podcast with. Maybe I should make a backup one, but problem is, that's what I like about.
He was making mention like last week. Hang on, Stealthy wanted to be caught up. That the OBS kept crashing on him last week. So, but he reset his computer after the podcast last week, and did a stream on Twitch just fine. Now we're back to streaming to YouTube for the podcast today, and it's crashed already once.
Probably YouTube. Although I will say this to you, Grump, because I know that you try to do Twitch and YouTube sometimes at the same time.
Yeah.
If you do that, you can get in trouble with Twitch because you're supposed to wait at least 24 hours to release anything on YouTube that you did on Twitch.
Yeah, I know, but they really don't care. But yeah, that's entirely true. Entirely.
Anyway, so yeah, I almost want to say, I wish there was some way I could see your readouts while we're doing this. It would help me narrow it down for you so much faster.
Well, I'm just to bring up a task bar and maybe I could see an idea. And of course, also I had the difference between my streaming here on YouTube and streaming on Twitch. I don't have Discord usually open, but I don't think Discord will really interfere with my OBS. It might.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You have been playing and streaming on Twitch when both me and Stealthy were playing with you and be on a Discord call with us.
Yeah, but not a visual like video call.
Not a visual. You're right, but Discord was open.
True.
So
I was gonna check.
I don't know.
But anyways, so yeah, that they for back to the conversation at hand. So Genshin Impact is cracking down, and they limited pretty much a lot of their functions on there. So it's gonna be hard for those who are trying to grow on the in the platform and also try to grow in the community.
Right.
I had like a big old like conversation with people, and people like they was like, it's gonna be hard for those who are small streamers trying to grow. I'm like, honey, I've been there, and I did all of it without any follow for follow. I only follow people if I felt personally that I would enjoy them. And I'm like, and then this people like, but it's hard for small people to grow. I'm like, trust me, get an affiliate isn't really worth a God-given hoot if you don't have the community. You don't have those backers or supporters. What's the point of affiliate?
Yeah. What? It's just you're going to get a random sub.
Yeah.
Every now and then, or a random donation.
And getting follows and follows, does that give you any sense of accomplishment?
No.
So what are you gonna gain from this? You might get your $100 you get after so many subs in the next 5 years with like one subscriber at a time. Yep. So you're really wasting your time, your effort, and your hopes when you get all these fake followers that don't really follow you to watch you. They just follow you because they are nice.
Right. Well, it's kind of like I said one time before. I stream my printing sometimes. Sometimes I stream a lot of printing back to back for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't do it because I'm trying to get affiliate. I don't do it because I'm just doing it because I know that there's people out there that like watching it. They like seeing it. And I just want to make them happy. You know?
I'm weird when I like watching it.
It is. It's if you're one of those people that like watching that kind of stuff, watching a print run can be mesmerizing. You find yourself, I'm only going to watch this 5 minutes and I'm going to get up and do something 30 minutes later. You're like, oh shit, where'd the time go?
It grew like a plant. I'll tell this for everybody else that didn't watch, just to haven't heard, because we were talking about it before stream. I woke up this morning and to my resin printer, woke up and I was looking for my print, because I was printing something last night. I was printing a zombie Squirtle from Pokemon. I'm doing it in a very bright pink color, because the brain, we're going to color it, and then we're going to leave the brain area exposed, no paint on it, and we're going to put a light behind it so you can see the brain glow. But anyways, so I woke up in the morning, and I went to go look for my print. The sand was done. I'm looking down at the area where the print's supposed to be at, or the print's is supposed to be viewing, and I'm going, where's the print? Where's the print? And I keep looking around. I'm all dazed and slightly waking up, and I'm like, where's the bed at? Where's the tank at? Look up. There it is, floating in the sky, attached to my bed, floating up there for God and everybody to see. So I had to pry that son of a bitch off.
And lift it up. And he was half asleep trying to find it. He's like, where the hell's my print? Wait, where's my tank? Oh shit. And it's just hanging up there in midair. I'm sorry. Guys, I print too, so this is very funny to me.
And thank God I have a magnetized bed removal. I just yanked the magnetized bed removal off the bed, and then bottom pried it off. It's flexible, so I was able to pry it off, and I get the bed off, and there's a huge flat ass chunk of resin just attached to it, just right in my eyes.
It's almost as bad when I set up a print to run all night.
Yeah.
And I didn't put no damn resin in the tank. And I come back the next morning, it's like, done. I'm like, well, where the hell is the print? And I'm looking, and it's not clicking that there's no resin in the reservoir. So I'm like, did this thing just not do anything? Jasmine's about to die crying. She's like, babe, I don't think I seen you put any resin in that last night.
The thing
I'm
to
like-
do before you go to bed is like, okay, one more print, one more play, walk
The
away.
The thing is, people don't realize the drive you have. Like, you will fight sleep to try to start that last sprint for the night, and you go if you mess up, you'll forget to put resin in it, or you won't screw your tank down, or some random craziness.
That's if anybody's understand. Not understand what happened to my print. I didn't screw the bed down or the tank down for apparently. And when it went down to cure the resin, and I guess it got like it was a little thicker plastic, but you know once or twice, and then it stuck to the bed because the resin was sticking to the bottom of the release sheet in a way, but it got so big it started grabbing the outer bounds of the thing, and then just lifted up like a suction cup. And yeah, I just screwed down. So screw the bottoms down. But speaking of resin tanks and resin 3D printers, Elgoo apparently this past week released a new Kickstarter for the new Elgoo Jupiter 12.86K 3D printer. And this thing is big.
Yeah.
And it's nice. All right, so I'm sure you watched some of the video on this things.
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna get your point of view on it first, then I'm gonna get mine. So go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing that I like the most, and I don't know if you caught it. One of the tanks that they were pouring resin in had a spot made into it to turn a resin bottle upside down and screw it on so that you could have continual flow of resin to the tank while you're printing. So if you've got this massive print, you don't have to worry about, I got to run in there in like 2 or 3 hours and add a little more resin real quick while it's running. Now you ain't got to do all that.
Well, it's not just a continuous flow. It's not just a filling up. It literally will know after so long to pour more into it, and then when it's done, it will stop. So it won't continuously flow in there.
Right.
It will just go, okay, it's getting a little low. Close.
Yep.
I'm like, that to me is so good.
That is worth so much to a person that resin prints. I mean, imagine, okay, when you were printing the chocobos in the clear. Okay.
Yeah.
So just think if you were printing all those in the same resin brand, right? You weren't doing your little video. You could have literally taken one bottle, walked over there, screwed that thing down on there, and all you'd have had to do is just reach over and continuously hit play when one finishes. And it would have just kept on trucking.
I'm just mostly like wondering, like, I'm sure you have to, like, before you put it in there, you put the contraption on the bottle, right? Because you don't want to go over there and go, okay. You know, I don't want to do that little quick turn.
What I'm curious about is if they have a nozzle that when you take the lid off that screws onto the bottle so that you can flip it over and it don't pour out. And when you put it on there, it has like a spring release so that it pushes it back.
Yeah.
Releases some into a tank, and then it releases from there every so often.
As long as they make the screw a unified or universal screw top, whatever, and size and dimensions, whatever, because I don't want to buy Elgoo's resin to use this Elgoo printer. I will say that because they had an Elgoo bottle on it. I recognize it in the video. I'm like, that's nice that you're endorsing your resin. But wait till my resin video comes out and my thoughts about Elgoo's resin.
It's probably the same as mine.
Don't get your hopes on that stuff. Let me just say like that. But not only does it have that function, it also has a clear front, which if anybody has a 3D printer resin, they don't come in clear. What's different about this front door than just different from the other ones? I don't quite know.
Yeah, maybe it may be polarized glass, so it cuts out UV light.
Okay, because most of the time it's always either a green or a red or an orange that can
Or
prevent
yellow.
yellow
Yeah.
to preventing UV to getting through it, so it doesn't go with messing up the tank and the print.
Right.
Usually, I like this fully enclosed, and it also has a place apparently for well, not for the light, but it also has like a unique filter inside of it. That's inside the print, so that's nice. Glad they're doing
Yep.
more printers are doing filters, so you don't have to worry about rooms smelling to high heaven. Um, of course, I like being able to, if you could record a resin print being printed, I think that's pretty cool. Honestly, getting a time loop, I still think that stuff is pretty cool. Especially if you can time the loop the thing when it's going, when it's going only up and down and
Yeah,
getting that spot.
you can do it. The trick is knowing exactly how many seconds it takes for it to go down, cure, and come up, and know where that up is.
Yeah.
Because if you know that, and you have a camera that lets you adjust it down to the seconds, because most cameras do like 10, 20, 30, in 10-minute intervals on the settings. But if you have one that's nice enough to let you set it to a specific setting amount, if yours takes 12 seconds to go down, cure, and come up on that 12-second mark, that's where you need to set it. Because then what happens is every one of them are taken as it's up. And it looks like, when it's all put together, it looks like a continuous flow coming straight out of the tank.
I wish I could do that, because I think that's that. Yeah, just don't
You
trust.
always think it's great when it's working.
Don't trust the when programs are going haywire. But yeah, we're 12 seconds mark. Yeah, I just wish I get my camera, or not get my camera. I wish I could do that and know how to do that with my camera.
Now, here's the really complicated part. What if your initial layer cure time is greater than the rest of your layers? Because that's what they recommend. Your initial layer needs to be cured a little longer
Yeah.
than the rest of it to prevent it from coming off of your bed.
Okay.
So now you have to deal with, okay, so my first interval for the first, say you got 3 initial layers, they might be at 18 seconds, and then every layer after that 12. So my advice would be, if somebody set theirs like that, have the camera in there and have it ready. Let it do those first couple initial layers and then hit go. That way you're on one steady run through the whole time. I'm actually thinking of testing a time lapse on mine using one of the GoPros that I have.
Yeah.
I won't be able to get it exact to like 12 seconds or something, but I think I can set it to like 10 seconds. And then I'm just curious to see what it's going to come out to when it's all edited together.
Okay. All right. Well, if you can figure that out, just let me know. Of course, it's a GoPro, so I don't have one of those. We do want to get one though, because when we ever go back to Japan, we like to have one, because it's so much easier to have one just like attached to you somewhere when you're just walking around than having a camera, holding it up while you're moving around. And sometimes they don't allow that stuff. And again, if I go back there, I'm just gonna find a way, if I can, just to get that little light to turn off, because I don't want people knowing that I'm.
You have to do that. There's plenty of 3D prints out there that allow you to slip your GoPro into it and still attach to the mount.
Yeah.
And a lot of them cover up your little red light.
Yeah, that's what I would want, because I don't want people to really see when I'm recording, because, well, it's you want to record things that people are like, well, you're not supposed to be recording it. I'm like, well, but I want to see this again. I want to people like, well, just just be in the moment, remember it then. Well, I'm not always I don't always have the best of memories, so sometimes I just want to
The rules, though.
I know rules are meant to be broken.
Yeah.
Evil.
But yeah, I think I might test that with the Ning Wong that I'm gonna start when we're off a cast.
Yeah.
It's just going to depend on if I can get. I mean, I know I could put the GoPro in there. It's small enough. It's more like figuring out if I can get the cable in there without disrupting the way that the lid sits on it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to have power for a while. Because most prints, even figurine prints, you know this, are over 4 hours. So
yeah, I'm too familiar with that, and they just and if you're not there to watch it, even if it's a resin print like mine, something could mess up, and you just did all that printing for nothing. Okay, we'll say this about resin printers that it makes it very much a nice feature though. If it's a resin print and it fails, and you go find it fails, most of the time all you will have like a very very thin flat like pancake of resin just to your bed, and that's it. And rather than this big old print and then failed, somewhere along the way, it's just this pancake that don't use up that much resin because, well, it didn't either adhere to the bed or it didn't connect, and when it didn't connect, it didn't.
Although I will say I would have paid money to have a GoPro in yours just so I could watch your bed lift off in real time. That would have been have been priceless.
At what point did it start flying? We don't know.
So all right, we got to talk about some anime.
All right, anime. All right, we can always do that.
I checked out 2 animes that I watched the entire first seasons for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've been flexing my Crunchyroll muscles.
Flexing it hard?
Yeah. So one of them was the Rising Shield Hero. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Watched it.
And I enjoyed it immensely. The poor fella got dumped on from get-go. I mean, he got hammered hard.
Yeah, he kind of got, well, just the best way of saying it, he got screwed. The girl just didn't give 2 fucks about him, and he was the recipient of an unjustifiable and unreasonable punishment. But he got his just due, and I appreciate that.
What I found completely hilarious is when it all finally came out in the end. Everybody's like, "Well, let's work together," and he's like, "What? Are you freaking serious? Like, you think after all this time I'm just gonna be like, oh, hey buddies, let's go get a drink? Why don't you go screw yourself? I'll save the world. Leave me alone."
Yeah, and then of course, so girl, she got a real just reward. I'm like, I have no sympathy for this type of people. I really don't. I don't have.
Yeah.
I mean,
how did you like the fact that the queen went along with their name changes? Because the name changes. Warning: this is not for kids. Oh. Just so you know.
No.
Yeah. So the female character got both her name and her adventure name changed. One being bitch and the other one being whore. And it was so funny to watch that younger sister call her those names. Because, I mean, hey, the queen said that's what we got to do now.
Yeah, because she knew what
Daddy Dearest is trash now.
She knew that those names would be much more painful, much more hurtful than just punishing them, because she knew that her life lived on her image.
Yeah, it was completely hilarious to me. I mean, I loved that. I enjoyed that anime, that first season, immensely. I really did.
Yep, and season 2 should be coming out not that long from now.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Now, another one I watched was the first season of The Six Brave Flowers.
I have not watched that, nor have I heard of it.
You need to watch that. That is some craziness. I mean, there is some absolute nuttiness. And I don't mean like funny nutty. I mean like some of these characters is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And like, it's funny because without spoiling anything, the main thing they're trying to figure out the entire season, you think they figure out, and then the shit starts again. So the second season is going to be more of the same, and you're looking at this one character, and you're like, God, he has already been through hell. What else are you going to do to him?
So it's definitely one of those emotional roller coasters.
It's got so many elements. It's not all action. It's
Yeah.
not all mystical. It's got magic. It's got action. It's got mystery and intrigue. Like you're trying to figure something out too.
Yeah.
And let's just say there's not much they can do to not be around each other. They have to be around each other. So they have to figure this out or else.
Okay. So I watched some I want to say 8 or 9 episodes of Twin Star Exorcists.
I enjoyed the shit out of that anime.
Does it start getting better? Because
depends on where you're at.
They just found out that they're gonna be well, not just found out, but I watched the episode where they find out they're gonna be gonna be married, they're gonna have the kids together. The other girl is still
you just got to where they went to the council and found out the whole deal. Oh yeah, shit's fixing to pick up big time.
Then I got past that episode and got to the episode where he's like, I don't want to be one, but we gotta save my friends because they got trapped in the little world.
It picks up. All that is to prepare you for everything that is to come.
And it needs to hurry the fuck up, because I've went through some shitty animes and literally watched the entire thing waiting for a season to pick up, and I was.
No, it picks up.
It needs to pick up now. If I was somebody else new to watching this anime or new to anime in general, I would not recommend this show because it just takes a while, longer than most people are willing to wait to watch it.
That is because you're an action hoe. You're an action hoe. Remember, I have grown to love the story, and I'm enjoying the hell out of their story.
Like it used to be.
I am definitely want to get to the plot. I want to get to the grapes and which I'm sure.
Don't worry, you're gonna get there.
I'm sure it's gonna be about the thing that killed all the kids' friend, right?
No, it's not just about that.
It's not just okay.
It's so much more than just that.
I feel like they're each episode does feel like a whole what's the word each episode does feel in a lot of ways like its own story. Sometimes I'm like, that's nice, but get back to the plot. Okay, get back to the main story on why kid.
All of them are the main story. When you get further in, you'll find out everything you thought was a separate story is not.
And I honestly, if they want me to feel a emotions for old boy that lost all of his friend, the main character, the boy, and his step brothers, I don't give 2 hoots about step brothers. I really don't. I have no emotional bond on them right now. And they're in trouble, they're in some deep shit, and I'm like,
that's because you're just a cold fucker.
I don't care. I just want to see what's gonna happen.
Because you're a cold fucker. I mean, if this was real life, would you give a shit about the kids
real
down
life,
the road?
Real life, I would. If it was my friends, I would care. But if it's their friends, I probably would sure.
So you're telling me a group of people you've never met is fixing to get hit by a bus, and you're just gonna stand there and stare at them?
If I get hit by the bus as well, or could be, yes.
No. That's not the question. That's not the question.
If I can save my ass in return, sure.
See, that's the point.
I'm not a part of an isekai. I'm not gonna die and go to another world and have my wildest fantasies come true. Though I would gladly do that if that was very much the case of reincarnation. But I don't believe reincarnation.
Yes, I enjoyed the hell out of that anime, and I'm still not done with it. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm watching all kind of crap right now, man.
Yeah, I have 4 animes that I'm constantly watching, and I'm watching weekly, which I'm kind of regretting. I've heard some people like they refuse to watch good anime until the entire thing comes out so they can watch all of it in one go. And I understand it 100% because I've done that for some animes. But right now, I'm like, I just want to watch. I just want to watch. I don't want to wait. It's so good. I don't want to wait, and I don't want people to spoil it for me as if I was a Attack on Titan viewer.
Yeah.
Because spoilers. Okay, this is something about the community that you may have heard of or may have seen of yourself. That's not really in any other community, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Do you think the anime community is one of, if not one of the worst when it comes to spoiling shows?
Oh yeah, they will talk. They will talk. But at the same time, I kind of halfway understand because you're excited. You just watched something that you thought was great. You want to share it. You don't always think before you open your mouth. But yes, we as an anime community, we're bad about that. We're terrible.
Yeah, and it's like, like when Marvel came out and when all the movies came out, everybody was like online going, "Do not spoil it! Do not spoil it! Do not spoil it!" And people didn't spoil it for the most part. People didn't really know what's going to happen. It's like nice. But when it comes to the anime community, we're like, "Yeah, get it out there." And it's like day one, first scene, show pictures, show a scene, show a manga clip. They're like everything out there. It's like who's y'all?
All y'all. I had friends tell me that haven't watched the anime yet. Don't you give me no spoilers, and I haven't said a damn word. And yet I come and I start watching anime. Oh yeah, this and this happens. I'm like,
yeah, it's just like.
Well, because we literally stopped watching some anime because of particular people.
Like usually, I'm because you can spoil shit for me. I'm okay, but don't you bitch at me if something slips. Of all things, you can ask Corvo. I am one of the easiest people to get along with. I will not spoil shit if you tell me not to spoil it. But sometimes, heaven forbid, I'm a human, and it slips.
Like, oh, this cool spot, and Freudian slip.
Oh, the biggest secret, it might be something tiny. But I will get bitched at. I'm tired of it. I hate it. It's like, if somebody goes like, "Oh yeah, I'm an anime lover," I'm like, okay, I'm not talking to you right now. We're not talking anime. I don't care. Why not? Because you will get bitchy with me. I'm not doing it.
You will slip, or I will. It's just
like I said, I don't care about me. I just hate the double standard.
Yeah, and usually in the community, it's not really one of those things that we demonize in our community either. Well, for the anime community, don't demonize it. Like they do. There's a lot of them online are because Joey the Anime Man and a couple other big YouTubers out there. A lot of them will feel that was bad and they wish people would do it. That people are like kind of like it's one of those things people do. We don't like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, right. And it's not really looked at as it's gonna happen. Doesn't mean it should be just like let go of. Like, oh, someone spoiled it.
Yep.
It happens every time. We're just gonna deal with it.
Well, then you need to talk with your little anime hoes and let them know to stop.
Yeah,
that is just complete and utter bullshit. Because every single anime nerd, besides this man over here, has done that.
Yeah, even
then, sometimes he does it.
Yeah,
but I try not to. I do make a conscious effort to try not to. Which is why I was making comments very vague a while ago, because I think both of these animes were great. Mm-hmm. I like it just out of the sheer fact that both of them have more going on in them than just the straight up, give me a weapon, I beat big monster, yay, save the world. No, there's a shitload of things going on.
Well, it's always spoilers and there's details that you can forego. Apparently I'm a little robotic right now on my screen. Anyways, so you could like tell people information, just don't give them too much information, which I know it's hard to do. But let's just say for the Shield thing, girl gets her upcoming, but we didn't have to say what her upcoming was. She gets her upcoming. That could have been just it, but then we told him
about that.
Then we told him about the the name, and then that was like the upcoming. That was the true, if you would call it, spoilers. If you haven't watched it already, it's already like 2-3 years old. 3 years is long enough, okay? But I digress on that. Way too long. So it's one of the kind of things like you can get, like, hey, you give an idea, like something cool's about to happen, haha. But then in some animes, you just know what's gonna happen. So and so died.
Yeah.
Who died? You know someone's gonna die. Don't go.
Yep.
Something happened to somebody in this episode. Just fair warning. It's like,
yep,
someone died, didn't they? Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks. I didn't need to know that. I it's already part of the course at this point. So let's not, like, don't tell me every episode I should be like on my pins and needle going, who's gonna die? Please don't be my character. Please don't be my character. Please don't be my character. And it's your character.
Yep.
It's like Game of Thrones. Shut the hell up.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I definitely feel like the community could be better about spoilers, and then when it happens, I wouldn't say bastardize or beats, but definitely like go, no, shut up. Don't spoil it for me, and keep your trap shut. I don't care if you're on Twitter or not. Go to a forum. I agree with that with Joey and them when they say this on their podcast. Go to a forum where you talk about that show, and you can talk amongst other people that got to watch it that day and have a conversation with them. Right now, I'm not your guy, so don't go share it to everybody where I'm going to see it, because it shares it to everybody, not just your friends.
Agreed. And I'm struggling with that same fact right now. Mainly because Todd's at a point in Genshin, where he's going to ask questions, and I'm like, I cannot answer those questions, because if I answer them, they're going to ruin certain things for you.
Yeah, it has.
Not do it. Like his question, he finally made it to Leeway.
Don't say it, because
and he got no. I'm not going to say the answer, but I'm going to say what he asked me.
I'm just telling you.
He got to the Leeway, went to the ceremony, and his first question was, "Who the hell did it?"
That's way too. You're jumping way too far ahead for that question. Who the hell did it?
Yeah, who did it?
You know you're gonna find out the end of the story, right? Like, it's not gonna be at the very beginning.
And I told him, I was like, you just wait. Things will get really, really muddy, and then eventually it'll clear up, but it's going to get muddy.
And then, of course, it's very much anime tropey, so if you know anime like some of us do and know the tropes, you can kind of pick up what they're throwing down pretty quick. But that's just because, they're very anime tropey, and I don't mind it one bit.
It's very funny, because like he started asking questions as soon as he seen the ceremony. I'm like,
you did it too.
I did ask some questions, but then I started thinking, let me look around here, see what's going on, and I had an inkling, but I wasn't 100% sure.
So instead, you watched my stream.
So instead, I watched Stealthy streams so I could find out if I was right.
So yeah, because she went on ahead. Which now I'm at the point of the tree as well, where I can't get any further. And that right there with you, Stealthy. I like over 95 of them to turn in. I can't turn none of them in. So yay for that. If everybody didn't watch my stream last week, I pulled Belle. But I gotta get her leveled up. Ball.
Technically, that's A.
I know it's it's A's doppelganger.
The puppet is Ball. A is the actual person.
Yeah, I want her other puppet. I want her other puppet. I want to play as him.
Volunteer.
Hey, spoilers.
That's not a spoiler. They showed him at the very beginning of Genshin.
I didn't.
They're not previous events. It's not a freaking spoiler.
I didn't know he was her doll into this expansion.
Oh, then you missed something in a previous expansion, then, Bubs.
I was not paying attention. First time I met him, it was literally just trying to figure out the whole gliding event. Were y'all around at a gliding event? You might not have been around the gliding event.
No.
There was a gliding event a while back when he was first introduced.
No, I find it absolutely. I have an idea. Well, I don't know if I want to say it or not because I don't know if there's something.
Theory.
Yeah, I have a theory.
There you go.
That the next area is going to be going to be our knowledge place with all our nice little plant friends.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in it?
But no, that's not the theory. I have a theory of what's coming after that.
I have a theory of what's actually coming in the next patch because it ain't going to be going to that place. Unless they join it into the other shit.
I have a theory that if they do make that the next place, the place after that will probably be, what is it? Let's see. No. Let's see. What is shit? I lost the name.
So you're thinking, or is it already been improved? The next area will be plant-based or
I'm saying that it could be.
I'm thinking it's be fire, but you could be very much right because knowledge and books and
fire
don't really mix.
This is just my opinion, and I could be wrong, but I would assume fire would be right before the ice.
Yeah,
because ice is definitely going to be last.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where
Fatui.
the Taritza is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking the next one, if it's either going to be water or plant next, and whichever one it isn't, the one after that will be, is what I'm thinking.
Gotcha. Water. They haven't done water yet, have they?
Nope.
They've done earth, wind, lightning. Yeah, water could be still it. Of course, the Bubble Girl, she could be the next. She's going to be the next one. I forgot. She's going to be the next one they release to the bundle where you can unlock her. So I'm looking forward to unlocking her myself too. Yeah,
there's a quest line that leads to the next area.
Yeah,
you were complaining about not figuring something out to that quest line.
I've done most of them. All they haven't done is the Shrine Maid one and the other island. Is this Shrine Maid?
Well, you'll have to loop me in because I don't get as many hours as you do.
I know.
That's your own fault because I did it on stream.
Excuse me, I was working. The thing that pays for us to be able to play.
Oh, goodness gracious. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the next one, expansion 2. And I don't really know what's coming to come out, but I'm pretty sure someone's godly attachment to the universe would be taken again. Because it seems like to be an ongoing theme. Everybody's just giving away their chess pieces if they're no longer playing the game. Oh, you want my power of the universe and God and all that stuff that gives me my powers in the first place?
Yep.
Oh, sure, here. Have it. I don't need it.
That's not what happened.
Technically speaking, in the last one, she didn't really realize what she had.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers right there.
Wow. And of course, old boy just, lost his, without any, fighting back. And then the other one gave away his as well.
Again, spoilers.
Who's he? I'm not saying names.
Well, no. The first one was forcibly taken.
Again, spoilers. That was a part right there I didn't want to get into, but yeah, he was very much forcibly without any repercussions or fighting or nothing, and I was very much in the mindset of when I first saw it, I'm like, what's the big deal? But then I realized it was a big deal, so why didn't he fight? I don't know. I guess he didn't care. No one cares about these things.
Well, I'm taking the stance of a personal opinion that if after they have been around for X amount of years, they're kind of at the point they're like, I'm about done with doing this shit. I don't want to do it no more.
No.
Although at the same time, I'm also taking the stance as guys, if y'all add this ship, it's not going to end good. Somebody with all of those pieces, that would be bad.
Yes, it's just like they're. If I was a god and humans didn't need me no more, so what? So what? You don't need me no more? You don't care about me no more? Okay, and you want me to
I go do my own damn thing.
You want me to just give up my godlyhood? No.
But yeah, I mean, I also have my own opinions around Dane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of people don't agree with me, but I have a feeling looking at Dane and looking at his attire and then looking at that annoying little floating thing beside you and its attire.
Yeah.
There's a link there.
So we might actually find out for once what's the deal with the flying chicken.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, every time I'm telling you, every time I do the freaking fishing thing, and she's like, "Is it another Paimon?" I'm like, "No, I don't want the one I got. Hell, I want to throw you back. I don't want another one."
Where's my refund at?
You know how many times I wanted to slap her for opening her mouth when she should just be quiet?
Yeah, I call her a flying chicken or a figment of my imagination, and I'm going mad. I don't think Paimon's real in real life because she disappears into my head sometimes, and I'm like,
well, she's got to exist because other people speak to her.
It explains a lot for Grumpy anyway.
Well, yeah, that does. I mean,
it's my headcanon, okay?
Expect the figment of his imagination to look more Lisa-ish.
Yeah, little.
I think you got the wrong one there. Lisa's your baby. Mona's his.
Yeah.
Well, you know. Some of us like to get wet, but some of us like to get, energized.
No, see, he doesn't like getting wet. He just likes getting a little moist.
Well, that's definitely the wrong chick for that. She floods the entire place.
I will swim in it. I don't care.
Backstroke, baby.
So, yeah, I get you again, free to play game. If everybody does not know about it, it's a fun game. Still hasn't came out on a Nintendo Switch, which they are finally lowering the price of the Nintendo Switch. Finally. They're lowering the price on that thing.
So, one other thing on Genshin before I jump topics, just so you know, Stealthy was absolutely right. Sucrose is a freaking pool hoe.
She's supposed to have the same average of pulls of the rest of some of the other characters,
but she does not. No,
just by herself?
Lied.
They lied?
Yeah, you know why they named her Sucrose?
Why?
Because she's going to kill you with diabetes. You get her over and over and over. I pulled her once, and I've already pulled her twice since then. And I hadn't pulled her but like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, once the game knows you have it, it's like, oh, you have her. Let it begin.
Yeah.
All of it.
I mean, my Ling Ling was pretty bad because I showed you the other day on the game how she's only like one constellation from being complete already.
Yeah.
But like this chick Ling Ling's got nothing on her. At least there was some stuff in between Ling Ling's pulls. No, it's like I could almost bet money that if I pulled tonight, there'd be another Sucrose.
It's mostly, of course, it could be how I'm feeling, but I've seen, since the game has released, and I played the game literally 2 days after release on PC, literally 2 days. Ever since then, I've seen Sucrose and Ling Ling on almost every single pull bundle. I mean, they're always right there up front, just like, here I am again. Who you might get?
One of them were on the last one.
Yeah, again, this is since the beginning. So this is back when there was not that many characters, and there's just Ling Ling and Sucrose were just like always either the back character or maybe the front character like once, but they were always in the back going, "You could pull me again though. What up, bro?" And I'm like, I want the main character. Nope, you got me. Hi. I'm like, I don't want you.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to tell you, sweetheart.
Look here, I don't want to hear nothing from the man that pulled ball. Okay,
hey, I haven't pulled a new character or a new one from anything for a while, so I got 9 pulls. Well, 90. So dumb. Tried to pull 90 just to get one character when Stealthy's over there pulling 2, 3 characters at a time. She's just smiling.
Thank you.
she says she ain't pulled nobody new since Sarah, like a week and a half ago.
Oh, that's so weak. Give me a whole month. Give me a month.
Hey, oh, hell no.
I might get another one.
Hold on. How many you got?
Okay. Hang on. That's 1.
No, she done pulled up the record book now.
3. Okay. And that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23. So on the 3rd of this month, I pulled D-Luke.
Mm-hmm.
That is the last person I pulled.
That was like last week.
That's 11 days, sweetheart.
Okay. A week and a half. Is that right? No. My math.
No. Almost.
Week and a half.
Almost.
Week and 4 days.
Almost half a month, but how close are you to a temple?
I've only got 6, thank you.
Okay, so tomorrow, because the way she plays.
Thank you.
I think she has like
no,
either.
I can't find against anywhere.
I think she has like one pool, or not one pool,
You know
one
what?
character less than I do, and I've been playing since the very beginning.
Okay, well, you know what? I can help you.
Here, I'll tell you.
You need to find.
Any character. I will tell you.
You need to find. You need to find primos. You come sit in this chair. There's a count here that has plenty of shit for you to do to find primos.
I was this close from yesterday buying that bundle for that 90 days.
She has 24 characters.
Yeah, I know. That's ridiculous.
Question, without going into details, did you get your stuff straightened out so you can get that one thing?
No, and I have been literally checking every morning and every evening. And every day since then.
Okay.
I'm sure Stealthy's enjoying the character very good. I'm glad. Okay, tell me what happened there, and then we get to the conversation about your week. You said you've been kind of crazy in football. What was going on with Stealthy's ticket? What did she need to do to fix that? She
had a temporary suspension on her PSN that she had to get lifted, and she had to reset her password.
And they just contacted him like, yeah, we just suspended your stuff. It was awkward, or it was acting weird.
No, she went to do the thing that we were doing, and it wouldn't work.
Uh-huh.
So then she come into the computer to check to see what was going on, and was talking with a live chat agent, and the live chat agent literally said, you have a temporary suspension. You've got to wait until somebody that has the ability to lift it is in the office. But as soon as they were in and was able to send her the reset, she didn't even have to wait 8 hours. She had it reset and she was good to go.
Okay, so Mihoyo has a live chat?
No. PSN.
PlayStation.
Damn it, I was hoping Mihoyo would have one because I would like to tell him to go ahead and delete the freaking account.
They may have one. But no, that's not who she had to deal with. She had to deal with PSN because it was PSN that had temporarily suspended her PSN account.
Okay, so it's not connected.
No.
Okay.
And by the way, Stealthy has lovingly given her a name. She is the Budget Yomiya.
Yomiya. Okay.
Yomiya.
Kind of suiting. Okay, Yomiya. All right, so, okay, football. How's that going?
God. Dude, let me tell you, I see some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen in my life last night.
Kids playing football, so
so it started out, our youngest had his first flag game last night. And we go out there, we're thinking this is going to be something to behold because these kids are 6 and under, and they've been practicing about like paying attention at practice about like, you know, a wall pays attention to the day go by, that none at all.
Yeah.
But dude, they hit the field and it was a whole different thing. Like they were running plays, kids were breaking out and going down sidelines, shooting up the middle. I was like, whoa, hold the phone. What the heck is going on? I mean,
like what YouTube videos are these kids watching?
They got so intense. One time that a boy got tackled in flag football.
No, there were 3 of them. 2 times. There was twice that it happened.
That happened twice, apparently.
Wham!
I mean, when I say tackled, I mean they ain't wearing no pads or no helmets or nothing. These jokers are going to the ground hardcore. I'm like, Jesus, and they just hopping back up.
Like they're kids.
Go back to the line.
They're kids. Like, they regenerate.
And it was some funny stuff that when they go to snatch the flags off, they snatch so hard that belt, flag, everything came off. There one kid, they snatched the flag. They snatched flag so hard his flag belt come off and his pants fell down.
You gotta let me know when a kid decides that, like, I know it's gonna happen at some point. I just feel it. Some kids that'll be running, and all the parents be going, "Go the wrong way, turn." I'm just waiting for that moment because I just feel like this. It's like almost a must do on every child's football. Some kids are gonna get like turned around and get like, you know. So in the moment, he's gonna be running the opposite way, all the way to the.
I would not doubt that it would be my child, to be perfectly honest, because he don't want his flags taken. So if he got to run the opposite direction and get around you and go back, he will.
Okay, so are they doing hand-up football or they're doing actual like?
No, there's somebody hiking the ball to a quarterback that's either handing it off or tossing it.
But currently, it's just running plays.
They're currently right now they're doing mainly running plays, but they are practicing tossing the ball over the line to a receiver.
Okay, because you're like I'm thinking a kid's hand and a football. Even for my hand, I got a wide hand, but I don't got a long one at all. Well, I can barely grip a football.
For flag ball, they use a smaller ball for the kids.
Okay.
Now, I'm telling you, man, some of these kids, oh my God, they be running like you would think their mama had a switch chasing them. They picking them up and putting them down. One kid ran so hard and so fast, he ran through the end zone and they had to holler for him to come back. You got the touchdown, come back.
he had emotionally drawn. He's like, all right, we won the game. Let's go home. I want to play video games and play some Call of Duty. I can see that. And of course, I'm sure you've probably seen some kids out there going, is that kid, is he 7? That kid don't look like he's 7. Right? Is there any tall ones out there that like or
no? They're all
bigger?
They're all about the same size or smaller.
Shoot, I remember when I was younger, I would watch some of my brothers play their sport games, and I would look at some of the kids out in the field going, "That boy don't look right. He looks like he's in high school."
That's different on Soren's team because there are some differences, especially with one kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this dude's eating. But be 10 or 11, he's a big, tall, beefy boy.
He got that growth spurt.
They put him right in the center of the defensive line. So the other team's quarterback is looking at him going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh
He's
shit.
Okay, kid, instead of grabbing onto one of them, I want you just to pick your arms out and grab on people. That's it. Don't.
No, the coach literally told him, you are my missile and that is your target. And he would go through that joker. You'd see the other team's offensive line go. it's like Hulk opening the door.
Yeah.
You know? And that dude, but now that game was a whole different category. They wasn't no messing around with that game. Soren's game, man, them kids was. I venture to say I ain't seen a game as well played as far as like plays that worked working as well as they did as in a long time. Not even in some of the college or pro ball that I've seen. Like Soren's team won barely, but they won, and the way they won is they run a play that I don't even think most high schools could pull off.
Okay.
They did a triple reverse.
Yeah. So pass off behind the line or in front of the line?
Yeah, behind the line.
And you can't in front of the line. Not unless you throw behind you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like either behind you or behind the line. That's the way I can see it being possible.
They did a triple reverse so beautifully that the other team's defense, there's the ball, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There's the ball, where'd it go? Where'd it go? And by the time they found it the third time, the boy done broke out down the sideline, and they had one guy that was able to catch up to him, and he broke a tackle off of him twice. And still made the touchdown.
Did he arm him, or did he get into him?
No, he just they went low to try to take him down in his legs, and he picked him up to his chest. They missed.
Oh, he launched himself for a couple seconds.
He's just like, you ain't touching these ankles, baby. And then they ran a 2-point conversion and got the extra two. And well, no, it would have been they won by 1 point, but it was
They won by 2.
You won by 2 points?
Yeah, because it was 12-14.
Anyway, they come out on top. And but it was a hard fought game, dude. I ain't heard that many helmets hit and pad pops.
Yeah.
Even in the NFL in years. These boys they weren't playing. Soren on his first shot off the line pushed a guy back 5 yards. Just and I was like, whoa. It was a big old boy too, but he come up,
got him on the chest,
and started pushing with his legs, and that boy couldn't do nothing but, oh shit.
Yeah, he didn't have his grounding, his footing. I didn't learn about football until I was in really learning about football until my 9th grade or my 10th grade at all. I didn't know at all.
One of the things that helped them a lot is their coach. He's not using the playbook at all. He literally has taught them what number each hole in the line is.
Yeah.
What call is for shotgun. What call is for reverse. So he just hollered a play. He'd make it up off the top of his head. Just holler it out there, and you'd see him shift right before the ball snapped.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, the defense by then is like, oh shit, we're in the wrong place.
Okay.
So they had, they would purposely line up in standard formation. He'd holler the call, and right before the ball snapped, they'd shift. Boom. Ha, you thought I was going that way, but I'm not.
Okay, so the other team didn't have very good reaction time to...
Well, no, but because of the way he trained them,
they could do it in a split second.
They could do it in a split second, so they didn't have time to react. Not that they couldn't have.
Mm.
They're perfectly capable of it, but they just didn't have time. He would holler it right before the snap of the ball, so everybody would shift, and by then it's too late. The ball's moving.
Well, considering how close it was, I guess the other team did a good job. Still counteracting or still trying to adjust for what they did.
They did pretty good, but what got them as close as they did is we had some problems with some false starts.
Well, no, they did that.
And we fumbled a couple of times. But we managed to dig our way back out of the hole. But
they were fidgeting the ball. You need to explain that.
Now the false starts were partially our fault, but they were mostly the other team's fault because they didn't get caught doing it until later in the game.
Yeah.
But
were they trying?
They were taking the ball. The center was putting his hand on the ball, and he just moved the ball just a little bit, make them think they fixed to snap it, which is called fidgeting the ball, and it's not allowed. But because they couldn't see it,
they got caught though eventually.
We would get a false start.
Mm-hmm.
Back them up 5 yards. Eventually, one of the referees just happened to get lined up just right to see that ball, and he fidgeted. He said, "Oh, nope, stop that. Nope. Now y'all back up."
Yeah.
But they did good. Them boys were dog tired and in the hole, and defense held them up for 4 downs and an attempt at a running play to keep from giving us the ball, to get the ball back, to run that play on them.
Okay.
To win the game.
So a lot of false starts, couple
fumbles. We almost had it. We almost had a interception one time. If he'd have been able to get the other hand up there in time to get it on there, we'd have had that too.
Wow. That's pretty nice to see the kids are having fun, of course, and also they're learning. Better than my coach. He didn't very much teach me very much anything. He just taught all of us when I did football for 1 year, and that was it, because my coach didn't take time to really teach me anything. And then I learned it after the season was already over, how to do my position, and I was good. I'm like, well, who cares now? The season's already over. And next season, hey, you're gonna re-sign up? No. So I didn't do another season. And of course, I'm not a very tall person. I'm not a very big person. So I really wasn't really body type suited for football, because I'm not a tall person, nor am I a very big person. So I'm not really gonna have the fastest legs. I'm not really gonna have the tallest reach. I'm not really gonna have the best push. I'm not gonna have none of that stuff. So I just stopped. I knew I wasn't cut out for football personally, so I didn't keep on going. But my coach was terrible. He didn't teach me nothing. He wasn't interested in teaching me anything, really.
Well, I mean, compared to where my oldest was at the first practice to where he is now, between his coaches and me and his mama, he's went from a to a, where do we put him? Because he's actually working, and we ain't decided what he works best at yet.
He's just doing what he can in whatever role he's at.
He played defense, and he was on the kicking team. Anywhere that they needed someone pushed back or chased down and hit, that's where they was putting him.
Second Fido. All right, so was there another one? We had another conversation we wanted to have on. I can't think of anything else. Was there something else that might have happened to your work? Or
the only other thing that we talked about was that another anonymous model showed up in our folder.
Oh yeah, whoever that is, thank you. By the way, I like this one. This Ball. How you pronounce it? Ball. I like that. I like the sword one.
The one pulling the sword out is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I personally like the ones with weapons, and I like ones that have like a action kind of like pose going on. There's something going on with the figurine than girl just here I am, I'm pretty. I like the ones we're having a little bit more move. Like the Jean one, I like Jean. I like the Jean figurine, but to me it's still a little plain because there's literally nothing going on. There's no effect, no weapon, no really like combat pose. There's nothing going on other than there's Jean just kind of like standing there. Arms are moved in 2 different positions. I forget how the arms are.
For me.
Yeah. But I like it that it's still nice. I got it done. I just gotta prime it. I still got the other one I need to do. I just don't. Okay, Southie, you may be able to help me with this answer. Is it 15 hours each week, or is it 15 hours entirely throughout the events?
Just throughout the event.
15 hours throughout the event.
So I'm already done, realistically.
Right.
Yeah, you just have to make sure you got your proof. Have you done that?
Yes, I've already took screenshots of all of my things.
Okay.
Then you're good.
Then you should be fine.
Okay, so I can do whatever I want this evening, which will probably get you an impact, but I really want to paint this thing over here. Get that painted. And of course, I get the Charmander. I can't wait to have the Charmander done. I want to show y'all that. I would show y'all here on the stream, but I want to show you when it's done, because I'm doing some lights with it. Which, I still gotta get your help getting me a stand for Vash Stampede. You gotta do I need I've asked this before, but do you need a tape measure at his feet to show you how an idea of how spaced apart.
Yeah,
And
I need to see. I need to know how wide the base, the stance on the figurine is to be able to make the stand fit the figurine.
Okay. And where the pegs are going, because he has two little
Yeah,
holes
and where the pegs are going.
Okay, because I need to do something similar to that with Squirtle, because I want Squirtle's head, when it's done, to glow. But there's no base, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to probably make me a base for that. But for that one, I'm probably going to do flat.
Wait, do you have the models for both of those?
For Vash Stampede or the Squirtle?
Squirtle.
Yes.
Okay. If you make sure I have the model, that's all I need to do that one.
Okay.
Okay. The other one, you said that wasn't that a purchased one that you want to stand for?
Yeah, the Vash Stampede is literally right there or there. No, it's not that one.
Yeah. So that one, I just need measurements to know how wide the stance is on the feet and where the pegs are.
Yeah. And
then I can make something for that too.
Okay, because I want the Squirtle to have a place to put the battery pack. Because the battery pack, I don't know how thick it's gonna be, but I don't want to just like hang it outside of it while the Squirtle's there, and you see the cord going to it. I want to have a stand so I can put the battery pack underneath it and have the wire come through the stand up to his feet, up to his head, and all that stuff like that.
What kind of stand are you looking for him?
I don't quite know. I was thinking about maybe do a Pokemon one, but I don't know how to do it because the Charmander one, I don't know if you noticed it, it had like this decrepit, destroyed Pokeball, kind of like,
Yeah, send to me, you already sent me the Charmander one, right?
I think I sent you the Squirtle one as well, just not the Bulbasaur one, because the Bulbasaur was something you can get for free anywhere.
Right, but you sent me those models. I should be able to take the decrepit looking Pokeball stand from the other one, and modify it to fit your Squirtle.
Okay, that wouldn't be bad at all, because it's definitely a nice one. It's nice to have a theme with your stand. I know you're not a big collector of a lot of like anime figurines that much. Like don't you have any anime figurines?
Yeah, I've got up here, that is Riel is up here. I've got some others that I'm printing. I always get sidetracked printing stuff for someone else. I have a whole list of anime characters I want. Okay. I just ain't got there yet.
I do like the ones where the base is something unique rather than just like a flat piece of plastic.
Well, see, that's what I liked about the Ling Ling from Genshin. Her base is completely unique from everybody else's.
Oh, yeah, that's a full scene. Like that's a full action.
That's an action moment right there.
Yeah, that is. Which I found out for Lisa, what I'm gonna print the entire thing in a light hue purple and just prime the figurine itself, so I don't have to worry about like having to figure out a way of separating all the swirls around her body.
I have figured out this. I don't know if you know this yet. I hadn't been able to talk to you about it. I have actually separated Lisa from the base.
Oh, you done that?
I've separated her from the base, the book from the base, and the light from her hand.
Okay.
So I don't have her cut into pieces, but I have it where you could print those 4 objects independent of each other.
All right, put that in a folder because I want to print her by herself so I can prime her by herself, and everything else is to be just in a purple.
Yeah, because I have it like that. The only thing I haven't done is add the peg to Lisa's foot to go into the base.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did in Mesh Mixture, there is a way to tell it to separate objects.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you realize that those 4 are all independent objects that were saved together. It'll separate them for you automatically.
Oh. Did not know that, but
because I was going through the steps to separate objects so I could start adding pegs.
Yeah.
And when I hit separate objects, it's like, okay, so now you have 4 objects. I'm like, how the hell do I have 4 objects? So I started clicking, and Lisa was independent, the base was independent, the book was independent. I was like, look at this. This is nice. I didn't have to do nothing but just separate the objects.
Yeah, but now you have to put now you have to in the air while they're floating and wherever they are in the stratosphere of the little effect, like put pegs.
Only if you move them. If you don't move them like I did, because I didn't realize that's what had happened, you can literally click on an object, add a peg, okay?
Yeah.
And then have it mesh to that object, then turn around and remove that and have the same peg as a hole, and it's already touching the other object, making a hole. Yeah. Save that. Now you have the two pieces meeting perfect.
Yeah, as a negative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can do that. It's
nice. For those who do not know what Mesh Misher is, it's another 3D slicer CAD, but it has a lot of unique features to help you with the model. So if you need to modify it, you can slightly, and I would say slightly because you can't really make a whole model in Mesh Misher, but you can you can make connecting points. You can separate. You can connect. You can remove. It's really nice, and then you can make supports, but the supports are not that great. But it can do it if you wanted to, and it's free. So
yes,
kind of nice.
I'm looking now. I'm trying to find where I did that at, because I actually wanted to show you what I did. All
right, well we got a little time here, so we were. A little bit over, but
yeah, give me just a minute. Let me, Lisa. Okay. While
that's going, I'm gonna show them what I got for Gene, at least for the most part. Gene is mostly done. Well, she is done. I just gotta get all the parts together, make sure all of them are nice and fitted together, and arms are connected. Make sure the arms connect pretty good, and then I'm gonna prime it and paint it, and then connect them together as best I can. All right, Gene, your head. Which way does it go? Which way does your head fit on, Gene? There we go.
I almost answered that, but then I realized my wife is right next to me, and I only get punched in the shoulder.
All right, there's Gene. No arms yet, and her boots are not on, but yeah, she came out pretty great. I had to connect the cowl or cape, whatever the thing, the shirt, dress, the penguin. What is that stuff in the back of it? I don't know what that's called. That back piece back there. I don't know what that's called. Right here.
I don't know what that's called.
I had to connect it to my.
What do you call
chest.
that, baby? The piece behind Gene look like a tuxedo tail, but it's not, because
part of the.
It's considered like a tuxedo tail.
Yeah. I penguin. I don't know, but I had to attach it to the chest because it wasn't connecting very good, and it wasn't fitting very nice, and looked like a seamless line, like the legs from it. So I had to attach them together just to make it look like it was one. All right,
here you go.
Scene. All right, so show me.
I'm gonna share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about.
All right, share it. I'll have to adjust for it, so give me a second, chat, as I do that for you. Let me go in this right here. Source. Do I have? Okay, let's just do this full thing right there. Bam. Oh, okay, nice. So it realized it wasn't one whole piece. Okay, why is there so many? Holy shit.
Oh, don't pay attention to that. That's just mesh. It's just talking about the mesh there. It's actually 4 objects.
Okay.
And it recognized that whoever did these 4 objects separately, and put them together and saved it that way. So when I did separate objects, they were all still in their positions originally.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could click on it and realize, oh crap, well, they're separate objects, and I moved them around just to see.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
there's only one problem with the entire model that I'm going to have, considering what resin printer we have, is when you take all the prints, because to make sure all of them are the same size in the 3D slicer CAD for resin printing, you want to make sure all of them are on the bed and all of them are in the right rotation. And when you go fit the bed, it will shrink all of them at the same measurement down to whatever the biggest item is on the bed. And when it shrinks the bed, or not the bed, the stand down, it would also shrink everything else down. And it will make them really small.
There's a way around that. You're just being lazy.
How does it do that? Because I don't see how there being a good way to shrink in the bed without like shrinking.
There's a way around it. Do you want me to show you while we're doing this?
Yes, show me, because I can't shrink I don't want to shrink the bed down or the stand down, and then the figurine come out really small in the process all at the same time.
All right, so here's what you do. Don't put them all in there at one time. First off, that's don't do that. Okay. Let me put this up so I can. All right, so I'm going to share this. That one. Tell me if you see my my slicer.
Try another. Well, it says this watch show. Let me click on this.
Hang on.
No, not that one.
Let me try application. How about now?
There we go.
All right. So here's an example. I'm gonna open up. This one will be a good one to do it on. So here's the base, right? I'm gonna pull the base in.
Slowly slicing it.
Yeah. I'm playing. Sorry.
Notice. Oh.
Yeah.
How detailed is this thing?
It's freaking. Well, it's not just that. Whoever did it saved it huge.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot some 3D makers.
Remember this: 9% is going to be your friend.
9%.
Yes, because it's going to come in so large that you're going to have to shrink it down to 9% of its size to get it to work.
All right. I normally just like I said,
you do the auto fit, and that's why you have problems.
Well, I had no problems all of them fitting together in the right. They all connect relatively very snug and very, all in the same proportion and all like that. But like the bed usually is my case, or the stand is usually so big compared to the rest of it. When I shrink all of them at the same measurement down to fit the bed is taken up is so big.
You're making it complicated. You're making it complicated. You always take the one first single largest item. And then you do what I'm about to do. And then if you use that measurement on everything else, it will take it down to that. But you don't have to. You can actually leave some of them a little larger. Now, that's going to mean you're going to have to sand your pegs a little bit to make them fit.
Yeah.
But you can do it. I'm just waiting for this.
Sanding the pegs. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it to finish loading, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I don't know. I guess it's taking so long because we're live right now. Because normally this would have loaded already.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have printed the beds or the stands on their side instead of flat on the bed.
Absolutely.
I just thought about that because, like, I normally do it to the bed because I don't want to have to worry about, attachment problems with support.
Yeah, but if you have a good sheet of sandpaper, sanding off the flat part of the bottom isn't nothing to it.
Yeah, that's definitely me being lazy.
Let me get this in here because I want to show you.
Unless it's like Lisa's one where there's a bunch of swirls going all around it. Now, I can't remove that one.
With Lisa's, you could cheat. You could slice it one time, right level with the bed, and add a peg, and then you could separate the base from the swirls.
Mm-hmm. can you actually remove the base space from the swirls, or is that was Mesh Mixer didn't realize they were separate?
No,
Mesh
Mixer didn't realize that, but you can do it, and it doesn't take that much effort.
Yeah, you gotta highlight.
You literally just have to slice it right where it's flush with the bed.
Oh yeah.
Add a peg to the swirls, and add a negative hole to the base. Save it that way, and then you have two objects. So then you can turn your base up on its side, like we're talking about, make it large, and you can do the same thing with the swirls if you want to enlarge them. The trick is remembering the percentage you set the base at, because you're going to have to do the swirls at the same percentage. So if you set,
go ahead.
If you want that to work, because that's just the way it is. Now, if you do the swirl smaller and the base larger, you can always make up the difference by putting a little resin.
Yeah.
In the hole in a liquid form. Stick the smaller peg in there, and then cure it, because then that resin will form to the peg and to the base.
Well, that's like I said. It's one of the reasons why I like the fit. When you highlight all of them, and when you do upscales or downscales at the same percentage, when you upscale or downscale it,
but that's not going to get you what you want. What you want is to be able to have a larger figurine, but be able to shrink the base down if you need to.
Yeah.
The way you do that is you print your figurine larger, and you shrink your base down to fit your bed when it's on its side, because that'll get it as large as it can be. And then if you have to sand the pegs.
You're almost there. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, well, like we talked about a while ago, this is an entire action scene. See, it's pulling it in like I've already done it, because I have. So we're going to go back, and you see how I did this?
Okay. For everybody's wondering, like, why it look kind of like grainy and maybe a little like, like you see a bunch of lines all over it. It's because once you already do it and slice it and already turn it into a STL or OBJ for the 3D print, and you put it back into the program, it'll render it like this. Don't ask me, I don't know why, but it looks like this every time. But any other time you drag into a unsliced model into the program, it'll be a solid blue and no weird little
So right now it says 100% because that's how I saved it, right?
Yeah.
Originally, this thing come in at 100%, and it was so large that this is technically 9% of what it originally was.
Yeah, I would definitely make that thing hollow, put some holes in there somewhere where I wouldn't see it, and then slap my hands and be done with it, because that's a take.
If you do that with the base, then you can bring in the character at its regular size, and if the character's too large, bring it down, but don't bring it down past what you want it to be. And then you just have to modify your pegs to fit the holes. That's all there is to it. You just have to sand the pegs.
Sand the pegs, and any place that supports might be leaving a little bit of a dention, which I still don't quite know a good one out there. Like people were saying, was it CAD? Not CAD. There's another program people were saying that don't leave little dots on it. But problem is that they use a lot of supports on their program. I mean, I do mean a lot, but it won't leave little indentions, but it definitely use more. I don't know. A lot of people say cheap Ubuntu box is better, but there's a pro version out there. Try pro. I'm sure that one probably doesn't have that much of a problem either, but I'm not paying for it because I am not a big baller.
But yeah, so that's what I had to do here.
If I had YouTube money, I would do it. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I mean, I try out the pro version.
I mean, this is 9% of the original model size. If that gives you any idea of how large that thing was when it come in.
So you actually use platform?
What are you talking about?
I see you have a platform connection to the bed.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do because of some of them like this, as big as this is, even with holes, the weight will pull it loose if you're not careful.
Okay. So far, I haven't had that problem. Other than my bed attaching to the bed because
don't worry. One day you will have it happen because I didn't have that problem either until I printed a solid Pokeball.
Which where is the Mew ball at?
It's in the cure over here. It hadn't been sanded yet, but I could show it to you.
Yeah, show it to me. And of course, we're gonna end this little viewing thing here. How do I stop it?
Yeah, I'll stop it. Give me just a second.
Oh, that looks so good. For those that don't know, I had this commission and done my original design. Go me.
Yep.
All right, it looks good from what I can see, but
Hang on.
I definitely agree with Stealthy. It definitely could be turned into a cup if I ever wanted to.
Yep.
It's so nice.
I got a sand under the bottom here.
Yeah.
Because the supports made it a little pointed right here.
And I can see where the leftover resin was left in it because it's so much. Is it moving?
Yeah.
I would just take a little drill to it and then like
I'm probably going to. I just hadn't done it yet.
Pour that stuff out because
I was actually trying to cure it in there because I wanted it to be kind of bottom heavy.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to drill it.
That's a lot of resin.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Like I've done a Blastoise semi. What's the word for it?
But the
hollow?
idea behind it. Let me pull something. Go ahead.
But when I did that, it left just a little bit of resin there, just enough to make the bottom slightly bottom heavy, but not to that extent where it's like you can literally see a big old chunk of resin just chilling down there. But yeah,
the thing is I put a hole in this thing.
Just not enough.
When I did it, I made a hole in it, but the resin filled the hole.
I've had that happen before too. Yes, if you don't make the hole big enough, the resin will kind of pull into it, and when it cures and pulls into it, it'll fill up that hole. And that's my brother's print. I gave it to him. By the way, brother, if you're watching, thank you for still watching. Okay, the turn light, nice.
Okay, so this is going to go in the base that I made.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate idea is to have it shine through it. It's really, I got so much light here you can't see it, but I've yet to figure out something though. This has never happened on any of the others that I've made hollow.
Yeah.
But on this Mewtwo ball, it printed supports inside the ball.
Okay. So here's the thing with that. Okay. You may have not or may have noticed it. I don't know. But in Chibutu box or whatever it's called, when you do hollow on it and you make it a certain percentage of hollow, it will do support. But if you put it in mesh mixer and hollow it and then drag it into there, it won't.
I did not know that.
And also, if it does by any chance do supports, you know how the little preview
slider on the side?
Yeah. Go down with it, find the supports, and remove. Because mesh mixer, when it does supports inside of it with the hollow, you can't remove those things. They're permanent.
Well, yeah. It turned out, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks very good. I love the way it looks. I want my little parts right here to be the same color as the regular Master Ball. And then I'm going to paint the rest of it, and then I'm going to have a glow effect. And then with those little spots right there will glow.
I'll show you my prototype base. Because it's not what it's going to end up being.
How's the mask going for, by the way? Why are you doing that?
The mask, I actually have it done. I just hadn't printed it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So the prototype base, I don't know if you can see that, it has a scalloped hole.
Mm-hmm.
The light's going to fit in there. And then the ball.
Okay, very, very clean, very simple, very, okay.
Now, the one that's going to ultimately happen is going to have a wider flare coming out for it to sit in. But this was for me to test and make sure that I had the base diameter good.
Okay, just a thought I just had in my head. What if you made another base that look like the base that they put in the Pokeballs for the recovering centers.
I can't remember what that looks like though.
Like normally they're in a tray,
right?
But you could do a tray if you really wanted to and make it like have a whole set of Pokeballs of different variations all over it, or like a 4 tray where Squirtle or Blastoise, Charmander, Venusaur, and Mewtwo are chilling at and have a 4 tray and all of them lit up. But they're pretty much kind of like that, but I don't know. Either you might have to look at a picture, but remember in the show they always put them on a tray and then they put them on this stand to cure all the Pokemon inside of it, and it had a little like indentation for the balls to lay into.
The idea is once I have them all printed completely hollow and the stand worked out, is they're gonna sit back here on the top shelf, and I'm gonna light them up when we're doing our show.
Love the idea. Of course, I still got to do the other video, but I got the video. Just need the editor.
And this I won't show you the label, but you should recognize the bottle. This,
yeah,
no,
yeah, I recognize that bottle.
Hang on.
Honestly,
you'll recognize this one too. This. Yes.
Yeah, the very bottle you just had in your hand, I used it up just so I could get rid of it. I did.
That's what I was doing with that one right there. Because honestly, that one right there will probably end up being one of the kids. I'll probably take that other bottle you just seen and color some to make the one going back there.
Yeah, because I had to get rid of that stuff. That video, watch it when it comes out. It's not waste of your time. I promise. Of course, I could do the other video too, but one thing at a time.
Anyway,
I wish I had more time.
Now you've seen what I've been working on. I've almost got all the joints sanded on the Masters of the Universe sword.
Yeah.
Which means it'll be getting ready for prime and paint shortly, and then it'll be back there.
Okay. Again, you can do painting of the Master Universe. I don't know how thick the sword is, but there's always that aluminum tape. Just saying, cosplayers use that aluminum tape all the time.
Oh,
if you ever want to try it out with it.
I don't know how thick it is. Hold on.
Give me a second, chap. I've got the aluminum tape. I'm a little bit quicker.
Let's just say, I have the power!
Okay, you might be able to do it because this tape is,
This is a big boy.
Yeah, what you do is you make sure the seam of the sword is the tape when it connects, right? And so you can only have the seam of the tape going all the way down it. That's if you want to try out. A lot of cosplayers use this tape as a metal, because sometimes paint just doesn't always translate very good. And of course, there is some paint out there that's very much like a mirror paint, but it's really expensive. So,
yeah, this thing is nice.
Yeah, it's very bulky. Did you see that they're also making a remake of She-Ra now?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be nothing to do with the 2018 version that was politicized, I will say.
Yep.
A lot of fans are now upset about that. It's like, oh, so now you're upset that they're not gonna do like that show? Oh, how it must feel really painful to have your show destroyed or messed with or changed when you already have a precept thought or idea of what the show is supposed to be. But I guess the shoe fits on both feet now.
Yep. I mean, the one they did in 2018 didn't match the original one either.
Yeah, but a lot of people were like, "Oh, we like this show because it was politicized. It was matching the times, nowadays." And it's like, but what about all the fans that like the original, their show? Oh, go fuck themselves. Go fuck themselves. We don't give a shit about them. Now they can eat a dick. And now their show is being changed. Their version of the show is being changed to not reflect that one. So now they're all up in the hissy fit. It's like, it sucks, don't it?
Yep.
Sucks to be you. Oh, wait, we already been there. Done that. I've already had that slapped in my face a couple times. That's why I love anime. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit what you think.
But anyway.
All right, so
I got to get a model going and feed some monkeys.
Yeah. Oh, also I got this because I like Gundams.
Yeah.
I like Gundams.
Gundams are nice.
Gundams, Transformers. I'm not a big mecha person,
So,
but Gundams.
you seen the version that was the resin. So here's the PLA version.
Oh, it does look very nice. You probably should have used a filler primer, but it's so good.
Did you finish the stream?
We're fixing to be done. We're ending now.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because no offense, like I let you borrow him, but I want him back. Okay.
She wants food. She called you a monkey a few minutes ago, by the way. But as
I
always,
said I had to feed the monkeys, meaning the boys, not you. No,
I love the way he's trying to cover.
I'm not trying to cover. You know I call the
It
boys
doesn't matter.
monkeys.
He already made the food. That's not what it is. So
okay. But anyways,
friends, look. I love you guys. I don't mind sharing him, but he is mine. He was mine first, and y'all can freaking deal, okay?
bye. But anyways,
Bye.
as always, have a good day. Have a good night. Be sure to
Good night.
subscribe button, hit the like button, and have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.
Bye.